Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I love to do a lot of dollar store oriented makeup and shopping content. So if that's your thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification. That way you don't miss a future upload. Become what I like to call one of my Dollar Divas. And of course to all my returning Dollar Divas, thank you so much for clicking on another video. So today I'm going to be testing out some new LA Colors makeup from the Dollar Tree. So I recently did a Dollar Tree haul, and when I went, I hauled a bunch of new LA Colors makeup. They have a new line of makeup called Nude Glam, and I picked up several items, and I'm going to be testing some of them today. So anything that is not new, I'm just going to kind of skip over those products, but I will have everything linked down below in the description box if you're curious about any of the products. And some of the products are gonna have to wait for future videos, so I just kind of selected some today that we're gonna try, and yeah, so I'm always excited to do these types of videos. As always, I'll have relevant videos and playlists linked down in the description box. That way, if you like this video, you can binge watch more videos like this. So without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So I did not get a new product for my eyebrows, but I did pick up several eyeliners. This is the LA Colors Shimmer Auto Liner. We're gonna be using a couple other shades today as well. This is in the shade Majestic, but really it's like a brown shade. And when I swatched these in that haul, they really didn't come out that shimmery, so I'm gonna try this for my eyebrows and just kind of see what it does. You know, often you can use products for more than one thing, you know, so I love doing that very, very, very often. Actually, at the Dollar Tree, they were selling, I have a Maybelline, it's actually an eyeliner pencil that I hauled last year sometime, and it's in like a red shade, it's like a terracotta shade, and of course a terrible eye pencil shade, in my opinion. But I love it as a lip liner, so you know, you just never know, you just think outside the box, you know? I'm actually really liking that, honestly. It's not too warm, it's not at all shimmery, at least it doesn't look like it to me, and it's really not a terrible shade. It's a little dark, but like I said, it's not too warm, which sometimes can be a little bit of a problem. And when I clean it up, I think it'll even be that much better. So I'm just gonna clean up my eyebrows with concealer and I will be right back. So for eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using one of the quads that I found. This is the LA Colors Nude Glam eyeshadow quad, and this is in Bare Beauty. So if you missed that haul, they have 4 quads, but 2 of them are identical to some quads that LA Colors came up with last year. Then this quad here and one other are different. So I'm gonna put that shade right there up to my crease. The quality of LA Colors quads is always, always amazing. I've got 3 different sets of quads from LA Colors that they've come up with, like in their like little specialty lines of makeup that they come out with for the Dollar Tree, and they're all excellent, excellent quality. Definitely better quality than like some of the regular eyeshadows that you see all the time at the Dollar Tree. They're very much like high end. So anytime you see like an LA Colors quad at the Dollar Tree, pick it up. Because in my experience, it's always really, 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 really good. So that's just going on really nice. I'm gonna blend it out just a little bit more. Going on really creamy, pigmented. It can be built up even more if you needed it to be. Then I'm gonna go into this shade right here and kind of deepen up the outer part of the eye. This will kind of richen it up too and give it a little bit more dimension. These mattes are so rich, and seriously, the shimmers are so shimmery. They're so beautiful. I literally cannot sing the praises of these quads enough. I recently did a video, if you missed it or if you're new to my channel, where I talk about like the fact that I don't purchase or review luxury makeup on my channel. And I talk about the Charlotte Tilbury quads for $53 a piece. I cannot imagine that they're any better than these. I can't. $1.25, you guys, like seriously. So now I'm gonna go into one of those shimmers, and I think I'm actually gonna go into this one right here, just because it's a little bit different. It's kind of like a slightly kind of pink, kind of a mauve shimmer. It's really, really pretty. I actually have this little brush set that one of my Dollar Divas, Miss Tina, got for me, and I haven't opened it up and used it yet, so I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna use one of the little brushes in here, this one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use that for my shimmers. Now, these are nice little like detailing brushes. I use things like this for shimmer a lot. You know, like this one here is kind of like the little zebra print one that I use all the time. This one here would be really great for either liner, like if you want to do like liner shadow, which I don't do very often, but that one there could also be a really good eyebrow brush as well. So I'm gonna wet it with my LA Colors setting spray, of course. And I'm just gonna go right into that shade. Now this is going on really creamy and really pigmented. It's just not as shimmery of a shade as some of the other shimmers that we've had in these palettes. Then I'm gonna go into more of that shade right there and just kind of blend it in a little bit. So we kind of got our initial eyeshadow laid down. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and do lashes. I do have some new mascaras and a primer that we're gonna use and all that good stuff. So the next step, of course, we're gonna finish the eyes at the end as well, but we're gonna move on to lashes. And again, I don't have high hopes for any of this right here because it's an LA Colors eyelash product, mascara, but they had a primer. This is the LA Colors Nude Glam Mascara Primer. So this here, it comes out white and you put it as a first coat and then you add your mascara and hopefully it says it builds volume and conditions the lashes. So we will see. I do love the It Cosmetics Tightline Mascara Primer. That comes in black. You can actually wear it on its own, but it does amazing under mascara. So this is the brush. It looks like there's a lot of product on it. So we will see. So I'm probably not gonna put on lashes today. And of course I have the mascara as well. I think they had 2 different mascaras and I got the Extreme Volume and Length. I think they had one more, not 100% sure, I can't remember. But let's go ahead and go on in with the primer. Wow, okay, I'm impressed. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it literally, like, first of all, it's got like color payoff. Like I can actually see the white, but it actually does look like it is lengthening my lashes. Like I said, I don't know if you can see it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the primer on my right eye and then mascara. Then I'm just gonna do mascara on my left eye. And we're gonna see if there's a difference. I should have thought this through better. I'm making it up as I go along, as I almost always am. But okay, I just put some on my bottom lashes too. I'm impressed. Like if this was a black mascara, I think it makes a huge difference. So while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a coat of this to my left eye. It's got one of these types of brushes right here, like the silicone brushes. And let's just go in with this on this eye. I'm gonna probably do 2 coats of mascara on each eye. Okay, not great. So this is 1 coat so far. And it's just very typical, very, very typical. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my first coat of mascara on this eye right here. There is a definite noticeable difference. I don't know if it's gonna read on camera. This eye has the primer and 1 coat of mascara. This eye here just has 1 coat of mascara. I really wish that actually LA Colors made this primer in black because I think 2 or 3 coats of this would do amazing things if it were black. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a second coat on and we will see. Kind of now that it's all said and done, these lashes are still longer, but honestly, I feel they looked so much longer with like just the primer. It's not like a major, huge difference. But honestly, I think this right here under like an Essence mascara would probably do really well with this. I'll have to experiment with that and see how this works with other mascaras, like better mascaras, to really give this product a fair shot because it doesn't get much support from this mascara. So I'll be very excited to try this with a better mascara and just see how it holds up as a primer because on its own, it really seemed to do very, very well. Okay, so I just evened them out the best I can and we're gonna move on. So I don't have any liquid eyeliner that I'm gonna use today. I'm just gonna leave it kind of like this, kind of simple. I am gonna line my waterline, but I'm gonna do that after we finish up with some of the face products. So I'm gonna put on my base and I will be right back. Okay, I have my base on and I will have the products linked down below. So the collection does have a highlighter, a bronzer, and then had 2 shades of blush. This is one of the shades, but I'm gonna start with the bronzer actually. So this is the shade Siren. So I'm just gonna go in with a nice fluffy brush and this will kind of even out my foundation as well. And I'm old school. I run it down my neck and chest. I don't know if other people do that, but I do that. The shade is really nice. It's not too warm. I don't know if it's cool necessarily, but it's not too warm. It might be just neutral. Really, really nice shade. Of course, it's matte. I feel very, very sun-kissed. I probably have gone overboard, but then, like I said, they had 2 shades of blush. This is the shade Peachy Keen, and they had another shade as well. I can't remember the name of that, but we're gonna use that another time. Thought this was a really beautiful shade. Thought it would look really nice with this look. So we're gonna go ahead and go on in with the shade here. I'm gonna try to go in with a light hand. That is just a gorgeous shade. This would probably be pretty universally flattering. It's not too pink, it's not too red, not too orange. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. Great for tan skin. Again, probably went overboard, I always do. I just set my makeup down with a little bit of powder. I'll have that link down below as well. So we're gonna move on to the highlighter, and they had just 1 shade of this at my store. And I think it's probably the only shade they had in the collection because they seem to be very well stocked with the collection. And this is the shade Glowing. And this looks a little darker, like a little on the darker side, but I think for the look we have going on, it'll be just fine because I am pretty tan. I got a lot of tan going on. Their highlighters are always amazing. Look at how shimmery that is. That is just so, so pretty. All right, so now we're gonna finish up the eyes. So I have the brown, which we're gonna use in the top waterline, but I think I'm also gonna try this other shade. This is Pearly White, and it's not really like a white, it's more of like a bone shade. So I'm gonna put this up in the waterline, the upper waterline. And these liners are okay. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst that the Dollar Tree normally has to offer as well. Like you know, the LA Colors retractable liners. They're not the worst. There's definitely worse products at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if it did a whole lot, to be quite honest. And it's hard to say because it is brown, but we'll be able to really see with this shade here. I'm gonna put this in the bottom waterline. Again, not the best. I just recently bought like a white one of these from the spring, like the Flower Power line. Not the best, not the best. You could definitely do better. It's probably worth spending a couple extra dollars and getting something from the drugstore. Like I said, it did a little bit, but not a whole lot. Definitely not the creamiest and most pigmented. So I'm gonna go ahead and line under my eyes with this palette again, and I'm just gonna kind of take a smaller brush. I think I'm gonna go into that shade right there first. I always feel so weird without lashes on. Like I don't feel like I really look like myself. And then I might go ahead and take that shade right there that we did not use and put that like on the inner corner of my eye. It probably won't do a whole lot, but we'll go ahead and try it. So we've tried all 4 shades. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the other brushes in this kit. And they're so pretty, look at the handles. They're nice and sparkly. And this is like shaped like a little bit like of a tapered, kind of a precision brush. Of course, I'm gonna spray it. I have a better idea. I'm gonna go into the highlighter instead because this just isn't gonna give me the punch that I want. Not because it's not a great eyeshadow, but because it's just the shade's just not quite right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the highlighter. Even the highlighter is not quite as light as I would like, but it's a little bit better as an inner corner highlight. Like I said, not the best inner corner highlight. I do like something a little bit more intense, but definitely not terrible. Definitely a very, very, very pretty eye look. They actually had a few different lip liners. I bought 2 shades. Today I'm gonna be using the shade Inspiration. And then I actually bought 2 of these lipsticks a couple of years ago or last year sometime, and they're also from the Nude Glam line, so they must have had this line out at some point before. This is the shade on Teddy. Here's what the actual lipstick looks like. So we're gonna start with the lip liner, and so I'm gonna start with the lip liner. Hopefully it's dark enough for my lips. I don't like when lip liners aren't a little bit darker than my lips. That's a really nice color. I really, really like the color. Like I said, I got one other shade as well. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the lipstick. This shade I don't like as much as the other shade that I have, although I haven't really used it yet. It just seems a little different. I'm kind of picky about my nudes, you know? Actually, I really kind of like that. Actually kind of feels very Kim Kardashian to me. So there is the finished look. Like I said, I feel a little weird without eyelashes, but I know not everybody in the world wears fake eyelashes. So I guess this is a little bit more of like a little bit more natural, a little bit more wearable for most people. And actually the lips and the eyes are kind of have this like monochromatic thing going on. So some quick reviews. The primer seems to be actually pretty decent. I do wish it came in black, because honestly, if it came in black, it would be like the best mascara at the Dollar Tree. But I am gonna try this with a better mascara and see how it does. So stay tuned for me testing this with something else. So I don't have a complete verdict on this today. To be continued. The mascara, just very typical LA Colors Dollar Tree mascara. No good, not worth $1.25. Just does nothing. Unless you have beautiful eyelashes and you just need a little something on them, this isn't gonna work for someone like me that needs a lot of help. Then the Shimmer eyeliners. I would say also, yeah, save your money on these, because they're just not great. Now this did make a really nice like eyebrow pencil, but they're not great in the waterline. They're just not. You know, with the white, I got a little bit of an effect, but it's not really, really pigmented, which you might not like something really, really pigmented. And if that's the case, these will do just fine, but not the best. Then the eyeshadow palette. This is the Bare Beauty palette. Really, really pretty. I do wish there was like a lighter shade for like an under the brow bone highlight or like an inner corner highlight, but the mattes are creamy. The shimmers are pigmented and creamy. They're just not the most shimmery shimmers that usually come in these quads, but a very nice little eyeshadow quad for $1.25. Really, really nice quality. And if this is your color story, if you wear a lot of natural makeup, this, definitely look into this. You'd probably love it. Then the bronzer, highlighter, and blush. I love this blush shade. Of course, the formulas are great. They go on smooth. They're really nice. I love this shade. I'm really excited to try the other shade. Like I said, I do think this Peachy Keen shade here is going to be fairly universally flattering to several different types of skin tones. Really, really, really love it. Then the bronzer is really nice. I like that it's not too warm. It's just a really nice sun-kissed glow, so really like the bronzer. And I really like the highlighter too. It's one of those kinds of highlighters that my skin needs to be a little bit tanner for, because it's a little bit on the darker side. But this shade here, this is Glowing, would also probably be really good for darker skin tones as well. And I did try to use this as my inner corner highlight, and it did a decent job. And then the lip liner, really nice. I love this shade. Like, they have several different shades. I still have another shade to try out. Really like it. Goes on creamy. Excellent, excellent product. Definitely worth the money. And then even though I didn't buy this go around, these lipsticks, LA Colors always has really great lipsticks, lip products. And I didn't think I was gonna like the shade, but I actually really do, especially with that lip liner. Probably without the lip liner, I wouldn't. But yeah, really, really nice. I have another shade as well, and they did have several shades. And I would really like to go back and maybe pick up a couple more. So really, really like the lipstick. Really creamy, doesn't have a funny taste or anything like that. Don't know the wear time, but you know, you can keep it with you, and if it wears off, of course, you can just reapply it. So lots of standout products today, and I'm so glad I finally got to test these.